Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of this Let's Play of Grand Theft Auto 3. I am Cameron Kunzelman, sitting here, flim-flamming down the road. Got a cup of coffee. It's not morning anymore, it's afternoon. I meant to do this in the morning, but here we are. So if you remember last episode, I really messed up a mission with Joey, this sort of mechanic mob guy. I believe he is the Don's son. It's hard to remember. It's been a long time since I have learned any of that information, but here now I've done that. Stolen a nice Mafia Sentinel, and I'm gonna start doing some other missions. I think I'll go and try to do the Luigi missions a little bit further. Do a little bit of mob busting. I don't think that's a word. I don't think that mob busting is real, but check out this sweet jump. Oh, I killed a guy. I didn't mean to do that. Saw on the pause screen, there's a thing called a thug rating, I believe. Let's see here. I'm on fire. No, criminal rating. I'm a thug at 50. So let's hope I can get out of this. Doesn't look like I'll be able to. Looks like I'm gonna die here. Well, that's a nightmare. So I just lost all my weapons. I think a lot of people watched someone stream this game. Not this game, San Andreas. Watched them stream it, and every time he died, it was a he. Every time he died, he would reload. I don't do that. I like to play it real. I like to steal police cars. So yeah, so let's roll over to Luigi. See what he's doing, try to finish those up. I'm pretty sure what happens in this game is if you take the Luigi missions and the Mafia missions far enough, it locks you out of finishing the Joey missions. So we'll probably do one more Luigi mission and then go back to Joey, especially because of the Joey time frame. If you remember last episode, I told you about how Joey's missions are timed, that you can only access them during a certain time of day. So that time period is about to pass, or we're already outside of that. So this is for a policeman's ball. I like this mission a lot.
The policeman's ball is being held at the old school hall near the Callahan Bridge, and they'll be looking for some old school action. Now, I got girls all over town walking the street. Get them to the ball. They'll make a bundle. Get as many of them as you can before the cops drink away their green.
I've always appreciated the kind of realness of this mission. That this is a very boring mission to kind of have to do. You're doing work that Luigi should be having anyone do, right? There's nothing special or unique about you. Just going and picking up his girls. I also remember when I played this as a kid, or played this as a teen, or a tween, or an in-between a teen-tween, that this was always really, really difficult. Also think it's weird that Luigi has a girl working the trash compactor down here, but I'm not one to question her agency or his business practices. But really, we can, I just find it super interesting that, whoop, that's no good, but I find it super interesting that you just have to do this sort of minutia, that you really are sort of working your way up the ranks, and I think that part of that, or the way that that works in this game, is you don't immediately feel like a superhero.
10-4.
Oops. You don't feel like someone who, alright, so I'm gonna go drop some people off. I think that if you have a van, that guy jumped right in front of my car. I think that if you have a van, you can pick everyone up. I think you can take 4 people at a time. But right now, I've only got a police car, because I think that's important. I think it's important to go to the policeman's ball with a police car. Ooh, ooh, don't want to run into stuff. Get out. There we go. Listen to those funky police jams. I think all of those police cars right outside are unlocked. I think I read in a magazine at some point that was an easy way to steal a police car if you were afraid to do so. But yeah, so this game does a good job of making you not feel immediately like a superhero. Whereas I think the other Grand Theft Auto games, maybe you're just a little bit more, at least narratively, you're a little bit more equipped. Oops. You're a little bit more ready to do this kind of thing, to do the kinds of stuff. So Nico Bellic, right, was a some sort of Eastern European war criminal. So he had a military background, and but you don't really know about this guy. I guess in Vice City we find out that he's been committing crimes since the 80s, but not in this one. He just seems like a brand new guy, like a guy who did one bank robbery too many. And by one too many, I mean one. Because we all know that crime is bad. You shouldn't commit crimes. Get with the program, right? So we're in the clear now. I don't think that I don't think you get anything for doing more than 4. I'll at least re-up on my my police car. Drive around, do a little talking. Notably, the police car does not have a radio. There are no police jams to listen to, even though they clearly love funky beats. Right here behind us, I don't know how to, oh yeah, here we go. This is like the small Chinatown section of Liberty City here, which is really amazing. I like that there's a series of missions that we're going to do in a little bit that hits the Mafia up against, I guess Chinese organized crime. I don't really know what the word is for that. But we all get pinned up together. We all start having a big old fight. Start start some rabble rousing. Crash into the policeman's ball. Cause a crime. Do a crime or two. But yeah. This is the, I like the sort of, I spoke about this a little bit in the last episode, but I like the smallness of Liberty City. I like that everything, it's like a miniature. It's like, what if we zoomed all the way down into SimCity? And I know that now we can't zoom all the way down into SimCity, but there was a time when we couldn't. And everything is just these sort of blocky buildings with skins on the outside of them, and each little neighborhood feels crafted. You know that someone spent a lot of time, even at this sort of level of not great graphical fidelity. But they spent their time putting these little boroughs together, and I think that's really neat. Let's see if there's still nope. Alright, so let's, I'm going to do one Vigilante mission. Oh, so I have to do a Joey mission to unlock. Notice the weather effects. The weather effects in this game were really, really big for me at the time. I don't really know if they were out of the ordinary or something really new and cool in video games. I can't remember big weather effects before this one, but I'm sure they certainly existed. So we're gonna do a Vigilante mission. Vigilante mission is where you pretend to be a policeman, police officer, not a policeman. Pardon me. And you just listen to the police radio, roll around, and then kill people who are there. It's pretty, whoever thought of it in the sort of mission. So we're gonna go Charles Bronson on this shit. We're gonna chase this person down. Generally what you do is you just run into them. Just run into them really fast. Sort of the only, it's a, crap. But it's a really explicit, or no, it is not explicit at all. It's just an interesting critique of the police. Kind of a little bit of procedural rhetoric. That's your kind of jam, that the only real use for the police car is that it's fast and by virtue of being fast, it can run into other cars really hard. And so, it sort of gives you an idea of what the police can do as an institution in Liberty City. We'll get into some sort of big police battle later in this video series, because I really like running from the really like running from the police in these games. I think it's an interesting kind of move you can make. I'm going to turn my siren off. It doesn't seem to be helping in any way. This guy's rolling without me. The most carefulest, drivingest policeman. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. So he's got a Sentinel, it looks like, but just not a Mafia Sentinel. Cool car. Come on! Oh, shit. So I just failed this mission spectacularly in front of you. So now you know. Now you get a feeling for how it goes. Also for how bad I am at the game. I'm sure that was frustrating for everyone to look at. Frustrating for me to live it. But here's a little bit of a cash prize. It's not cash. It's not cash at all. But there's a hidden package in here. Well on my way to unlocking I think the pistol is the first weapon you can get. We talked about hidden packages last time, a couple times. So now I've got a Banshee, which is sort of one of the more interesting cars in this first third of the game. So we're going to roll over to Joey now. We're going to do a couple more missions in this episode. Probably 2. A couple is 2. 1, 2. You know, buckle my shoe. Andrew Dice Clay. That kind of thing. Unlike bridge cars, as we learned in the last episode, bridge cars are not forever. Banshees are forever. They'll continually spawn in that little hotspot back there, which as a kid really felt awesome, right? To kind of know where things would spawn, where you could get cool things you wanted. So you see, he's working on this blue car. After we finish all these Joey missions, we can get that car.
Some new gang from Colombia or Colorado or something, I'm not really sure. Who needs details anyway? He's got a noodle stand down in Chinatown. That rat has sold his last stir fry. I want you to take him out. If you need a piece, go around back of Ammunition opposite the subway. Sort yourself with a 9. You know where it is, right? Well, remember, just watch your back in Chinatown. It's Triad territory.
Oh, so there we go. So they're the Triads. Sweet car. So we're gonna roll over to Ammunition. As we saw earlier, when I got killed for exploding in that car, didn't get killed, died. Accidentally killed myself. Sorry, guy. So when I accidentally killed myself, I lost all my weapons. So luckily, these early missions, they're pretty good about giving you the weapons that you need later on. Anytime there's a specialized weapon in this game, they're pretty good about helping you out. But
come on, just one more trip.
You don't always need them, I guess. That was a long pause in that sentence. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about Grand Theft Auto. Haven't really had enough coffee yet. Getting a little bit of slurp every now and again. Maybe you can hear me just slurping it up in my coffee. So this is a pretty cool mission because of this. So this guy named Chunky Lee Chong is going to, oh wow, look at this, oh, this cool little collision glitch. So you can have some pieces pop off of your car, and they have physics to them, right? This one's sort of clipping through the ground, but you can see that I'm hopping on it and stuff. So that can happen. It'll get just lodged into vehicles and other things, but yeah, so when I go and find Chunky Lee Chong, when I find him, he, I think, runs out to this car and tries to escape. So if you block the car in, you can do this. And so there are a lot of missions in later Grand Theft Auto games that kind of attempt to prevent you from doing this sometimes, or I think in Vice City the problem is that a lot of the times the car doesn't spawn until they need it, or until you've triggered a scripted event. But in this one, most of these cars and things like that will trigger at the very beginning of a mission. So you can just screw with his whole operation if you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, I'd forgotten about that completely. And knowing me, that won't be the right car anyway. So let's see. It's got a noodle stand. There's a way to lock on to people that I've kind of forgotten. Oh, that was the wrong car. See? What a mistake I've made. Oh, shit. Oh, shit's going wrong right now. Yep. Alright, so you get to see me mess that up. Now I'm going to cut to something in the future where I'm back to the same part of the mission. Alright, so here we are. I restarted that whole thing and we're going to be checking out this guy again. Watch me. Come on, come on, come on. Don't fake. There we go. Figured out what the target button was. There we go. Rolled up on him. He's got some money. Definitely want that. Definitely want his clunky little station wagon car here. I forgot what they're called. I think it might be a perennial. That's right. Perennial favorite. Everyone loves them. I'm going to roll over to Joey's place now. I'm going to roll back over there. I'm going to try to complete his missions. Maybe we won't get that done today, but we'll certainly get that done in the future during this whole thing. Because I think I forget what the I forget what the name of the car is that he has. I think it's some sort of gross pun. I remember that. I think its last name might be an injection. But I don't really remember much about it other than that. I'm really intrigued. I remember it being really cool. And I think I discovered that you could do it organically. I don't think that I had read anything about it to begin with.
All right, we're gonna hit the payroll van. It leaves the edge of Chinatown every day. Bullets won't even dent the van's armor, so get a car and ram it off the road. Now hit it hard, and the punk-ass security guard should bail. Then take it to the warehouse at the docks, and my guys are gonna take over from there. Now, it won't be doing its rounds all day, so don't hang around.
Joey is a very practical guy. He knows what you should be doing in the world. He knows what kinds of missions you should be doing. I think that's always a really interesting thing about this, because if you watch the movies that clearly inspired this kind of thing, I don't know if Heist might have come out after this, which is a film with Gene Hackman, maybe Sam Rockwell. In any case, no, Giovanni Ribisi, and. So what happens in it's a heist film. It's this big sort of procedural almost. So yes, we're just running into this now. But movies like Heat, right, where the job is what matters. It's hard to get the job. It's hard to plan the job. It requires a lot of work. So in those, there's always a good 40 minutes of time that's dedicated to figuring out what the job might be. And how that job might go, and hesitations about the job, and you gotta be willing to let everything go at a moment's notice, all this stuff, right? But in these games, everyone's got a job for you to do all the time, especially if it's some kind of heist. So this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Okay, good. Gotta trade out cars. See what the police do. We were talking a little bit earlier. I was talking a little bit earlier. I'm sure you are following along and talking along at home. Hope this is necessarily conversational for you. That's right, necessarily. But the police's real only move in the police car is ramming you. And they really do that. They'll ram you from behind and make you sort of spin out. They'll fishtail you. It's pretty great. Like the way that it's programmed is pretty cool. Also like the idea that if you can, do a little bit of braking and pushing around a little bit, that you can get them to do your job for you. Let's hope they don't kill me before I get going. Yeah, here we go. Alright, awesome. I'm just going to roll this to the lockup. Notice in the back here you can see, I think that's just, oh no. So I thought it was stacks of money, but it looks like some good old-fashioned like Doom crates. Maybe Quake crates, Quake ammo crates. Those are the best kind of crates. I think I have to actually park it in here. Luckily, the police don't care. They thought, we're going to the docks. We don't do anything in the docks. We're out of here. Good old dependable police. Mission passed. $20,000. So you know it was worth money. I'm a fan of this car. What's it called? The Kuruma. Oh, notice that my alarm is going off here. Whoop. So if I run into police while the alarm is going off, they know that the car is stolen. I've picked it up somewhere. I think that's a really interesting, whoa, kind of move on the part of the game itself. That's a really smart little touch. This game's full of little touches, and I think that part of what makes Grand Theft Auto 3 in particular, but the series on the whole, is that there is a desire on the sort of macro, right? The largest scale possible. There's a desire to get some kind of connection with everyone, right? These games are very broad. They want you to be able to understand them. That's why I was talking about in the first episode about how the Housers are very good at writing these broad characters. They're good at giving you a sense of scale, of immediate connectability with the large machinery of the game. But they also seem to really belabor the small things, right? Sometimes little bitty things are seem just as important as the large things, and I think that's a really weird and interesting kind of thing. I think it's hard for games to hit both of those things simultaneously. I think now, in a world where our production values are so much higher for the most part, that it's definitely, if not hard, or no, if not impossible, at least super, super difficult. So that's it for this episode. Gonna do some donuts here. If you like this episode, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that little thumbs up. Say a little comment. What's your favorite part? Let me know in the comment. What part do you hate? Do you not like it when I make weird little noises while I'm zooming around? That's okay. Let me know. Share this on social media. Bother your friends and family. Basically do anything you can to help me show more people this video. You can follow me on Twitter at @CKunzelman, CKUNZELMAN. Tweet at me on Twitter. Let me know what you think. If you don't like it, let me know. If you do like it, definitely let me know. In any case, I'll see you again next time at Eddie's Garage.